What's happening? In this video, we want to get you from the United States to Europe. And instead of going in economy, let's at least go in premium economy and let's get you there for less than what you would normally pay for economy. Um, Part of the reason that we're doing this video is I've done a lot of points and miles videos, and I'm normally talking from the perspective, my perspective of how I like or would like my vision is of traveling, which is lay flat. If I'm flying across an ocean, I want to be in a lay flat seat. I want access to the lounges. I want all the perks, bells, and whistles along the trip. I want to upgrade the hotel. I want to do these things. But you might not be, that might not be your avatar. That might not be where your energy lies. And that's cool. But let's find a way of you getting over there as well from the United States over to Europe in time for your bigger vacation and not have you be a wreck because you've been cramped up in an economy flight the whole time. These flights are going to be anywhere on the East Coast going to Europe, anywhere from 7 and all the way to the West Coast, sometimes 11, 12 hours of flying. That's a lot of time in an airplane. So let's take a look. So first thing we want to do is want to look at what is and decide what is your avatar. And avatar meaning how are you wanting to fly? Because it's a very personal decision on what makes sense for you. Do you have a lot of PTO? Do you have very limited PTO? Are you wanting to spend all of the dollars that you spent on the vacation and as minimal as possible on getting to that destination? That's completely up to you. So you would be more of the economy traveler. And again, you can move through these avatars at any point. Trip every trip can be completely different. I've definitely used some of that energy on some other trips where it's just like the flight's too long. I don't need the bells and whistles, or too short. I don't need the bells and whistles. Um, you could be the PTO maximizer. Hey, I have some flexibility in my PTO, which gives me a little bit more chance to get some better flights because I have more flexibility. The more flexible you are, the more chances you have of getting better rates. So I have more flexibility in my PTO, but I don't have a lot of flexibility in my PTO, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. Let's that's the avatar that I'm in currently. You could be the limitless wanderer, and that's where you're very spontaneous. You do have some PTO. You don't have a ton of PTO, but you would like to go anywhere, anytime, and you can make it happen. You can make it work. And you could be the maximizer. And the maximizer is that's kind of the avatar that I'm trying to live in right now, where it's like, okay, I want to use the reward certificates and I want to leverage transfer bonuses and I want to use the search engines for the tools and I'll reposition my flight from Los Angeles over to another city in order to get the best deal. Or you can be the luxury traveler that I want lounge access everywhere. I want lay flat seats. I want the best airplanes. Give me the A380s with a shower and a bar on the plane, that whole thing. So you could be any of these avatars, but right now we're focused on the economy traveler, the PTO maximizer. All right. So the credit card companies have different transfer partners. So American Express has Air France as a transfer partner, Virgin Atlantic as a transfer partner, Air Canada as a transfer partner. And I'm mentioning these three because these three are what I call the promiscuous travel partners. They sleep with everybody. Air Canada, Virgin, and Air France are partners with American Express. They're partners with Bilt. They're partners with Rove. They're partners with Citibank. They're partners with Chase. And I'm not sure about Capital One, but enough different options where those points are very valuable because they're very easy to get. And because they're very easy to get, you can find more flights because a lot of people are going to have Virgin points. If you have a credit card, you use your credit card, you have Virgin points. Now, if you don't have a credit card, and this is where a lot of people sometimes turn off, I'm going to give you another option as well. And in fact, let me give you that other option now. Rove. Rove is a shopping portal where when you shop, you get points. And if you keep those points in the Rove platform, you can transfer them out to airlines. So no credit card involved. Take your shopping points that you've earned, and there's certain points that are better, easier to get, there's a big multiplier if you buy Pete's coffee. So you can get like 2,000 points for buying a subscription of coffee, which If you're going to use it anyhow, you might as well tie the two in together. And now you're funding your travel with no credit card involved. So there is a way, if you don't have a credit card, to get points. There's more than one way, but this is a more known way that I'm going to talk about it right now. All right. So Rove as a transfer partner, consider yourself in the game if you don't have a credit card by using the shopping portal. But these different airlines, because they are so popular, and because everybody partners with them, those are points that can be used for flights and they're easier to get. Now, we can go into an advanced technique in other videos on some of the ones that are just only with this credit card, but that's not for right now. So we're going to go to a search engine, and the search engine is going to help me find flights. Let me get there. I'm not on the right screen. It's going to help me find flights for getting from the United States over to Europe. All right. So in this case, this search engine is finding a lot of Virgin Atlantic flights for economy and premium economy. And that's what my search tool was: direct flights, nonstop from one destination to the next. Now, you might not live in one of these hub cities, so you would need to reposition yourself to get to one of those hub cities to get this ticket. Now, in some cases, that might just be a train or a bus ride. In some cases, that might be another flight. Keep that in mind. That's where the flexibility comes in. So from Boston to London, you can get to London for 16,500 points plus $300 in taxes and fees. So now what you've just done is you've booked yourself a premium economy flight, not just economy. So you have more leg room, get a little bit better treatment, have a little more space, and you're getting from Boston to London. Now, London might not be your main destination. In this case, for me, it's Barcelona. So Barcelona is my main destination, but I'm okay not getting to Barcelona because I know what I'm going to do once I get to London. I'm going to book a stopover ticket. So that's going to be another ticket. I might stay in London for a day, visit London for a little bit. Who knows? I don't know yet at this moment. And I might go to, I don't know, Paris. So I might decide, hey, from London, I'm gonna spend a day in London and then go to Paris, hang out for a day in Paris. 24 hours is considered a stopover. And then go from Paris to Barcelona. Now, the ticket to get to Barcelona is the same cost that it is to get to Paris. So I'm going to go from London to Paris to Barcelona for the price of going from London to Paris, because that second part is going to be a stopover, and the stopover reward is free in this case. I'll go into stopovers in another video. In fact, I've already posted one regarding startup stopovers. So check that one out if you have questions regarding that. So 16,500 points, $300. It is not free, but you have elevated your experience. Plus, those points are easy to get. It's not like you got to do some complicated math. Oh, I got to get this credit card and then do X amount of spend. No, you can just go on Rove, stop shopping with some of the partners on Rove, and they have a lot of partners, and get points and transfer those points to Virgin Atlantic. Okay. All right. So now we're looking at the flights. These flights are on July 6th of 2027. And the flight for 10:30 at night, from Boston to London is 16,500 points. Now, the flight from 6:35 at night is 54,000 points. Not doing that. Okay. But I'm going to look at the flight for 16,500 points. I see that there's $300 in taxes and fees. And then if I click on the details, I will see this is an Airbus A330. Okay, cool. I like those planes. I would rather fly Airbuses than Boeing planes if I have a preference, if all things are equal. But I'm coming from the West Coast, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive because it's more gas, it's more fuel, more time. Excuse me. And so let's click on this one from Los Angeles to London. Okay, because most of these flights are heading into London and premium economy from what we're searching at. And I'm finding that this flight leaves at 9:35 at night, gets to London Heathrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. It's 10 and a half hours, $300 in taxes, and 23,000 Virgin points per person. Okay. Now, if I click on the details, Oh, okay. I see that the plane type is an Airbus A350. Now, here's what I know about Airbus compared to Boeing planes. The Boeing 777s compared to the A350s, the Boeing 777s are made a little bit differently. They're able to fly at a lower altitude, which studies have proven is better for jet lag. And that is one of the key factors of me being in a wreck when I go from one side of the country or to another country is jet lag. So, all things being equal, I'm going to choose this type of flight on an A350 over a 777. But your mileage may vary. You choose what works for you. If you're going from the East Coast, you're probably only going for 7 hours on a flight. So, it might not make as big of a difference as it would for somebody that's doing a 10-hour flight. Okay. Now, if you look at that flight that same day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for a premium economy ticket, they won 130,000 points. So you can see this pricing thing is not equal. You got to find them, and when you find them, you grab them. Now, one thing to look at when you're looking at booking a flight through a non-American carrier is always look at the cancellation policy or the change fees. Do you charge me $75 for changing a ticket? Or do you charge me $5.60? Or do you not charge me anything? Usually, the American carriers, or if you're booking points through an American type airline, not meaning American Airlines, but like Delta, United, American, Alaska, you're going to find that those tickets have better cancellation policies than the other ones. All right. So now we've booked our ticket, or we're about to book our ticket. And then once we book our ticket, we can start looking at booking our ticket back. I'm not trying to book a round trip ticket. I'm always looking to book a one-way flight. So hopefully this helps. I wanted to speak to the avatar that's a little bit different than my avatar because there's many different ways to do this. It is choose your own adventure. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense to you or if you would like more videos like this. I wish you the best. Safe travels. Peace out.